Hey there, how's it going? I'm Jeremy, the founder of Mind Above Counseling Practice based in Dallas, Texas. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick and do a quick little live video. Introduce myself again to some of you that aren't more familiar with me. I do a lot of work in the community through mental health practice. Some of my approaches to mental health are more focused on strengths and resiliency and kind of ways of finding authentic self and building towards a better future. So something that comes up sometimes in practice is we talk about this sense of authentic self versus ideal self. So a good way of looking at this is using metaphor and imagery, which is not necessarily like we put a card in front of you like old school psychology and you look at a symmetrical image and tell me if you see a butterfly and then you turn into Ashton Kutcher in a movie. But anyway, what we do is we look at things from the sense of visualization, things you can come up with ideas of and a way of understanding it. So with ideal self is this consideration of what we put expectation as, and we continue to grow it and we continue to increase it. We put more expectation on ourselves, and it's this perfect imagery of everything is right, everything is awesome, everything is like, your Instagram perfect lighting, everything is great. We feel good about ourselves. We project this image of what we think is supposed to be our ideal self, versus the authentic self of what we do is how we get engaged in that moment is, hey, where am I? What am I feeling? What am I focused on? What is my intention that I'm creating? And so sometimes it's good to have a conversation with yourself about it to get a better idea of where you truly stand. Because sometimes that can be a sharp contrast to what our ideal self, that image that we sell ourselves on, that we're supposed to be in the expectation, society, family, etc. And we don't really have a true connection to our authentic self. So authentic self isn't just like wearing, pajama pants everywhere you go. Authentic self is about, hey, I'm experiencing it to the best of my ability. I'm looking to continually improve, and I'm looking to gain experience and knowledge and use that to benefit myself as well as others around me, so that I can feel the most true connection to my own identity versus what I want to feel a projection of. So what I think I'm filling a void with is that ideal self and what others may think of me, what others may expect of me, versus what I truly feel compassion and joy and warmth and goodness in myself through that own authentic expression. So, as we talk about that, as we talk about identifying with self, it's also about finding a way to build that understanding of what that looks like. And sometimes, when we talk in the psychological perspective, talking to yourself sounds like a weird thing to do, but it's absolutely okay. Some people will talk out loud. Some people have a conversation in their head. Some people will journal, process, write it down. Some people will look in the mirror and have a little quick conversation. If it feels like a way for you to process and make sense of what's going on and maybe slow down your rampant thinking, absolutely go for it. Let it be something that's helpful and beneficial to you in the long run. If you find yourself, finding a connection to actually processing something, that can obviously give you a better opportunity to feel more connected and grounded. So feeling an actual sense of, I'm in this moment, I am aware, I'm not distracted, and so future thinking that I am projecting that ideal image of self. I'm actually getting to be the true, most raw, authentic version of me. So therefore, it's more meaningful. It's more lasting. It's like when you meet somebody at a party that you don't expect, and they are actually genuine and engaging and thought-provoking, and they ask follow-up questions, and they're sincere. It gives us a sense of having an ability to be more vulnerable. And so we actually will open up and be more authentic and more true of self, as opposed to just that projected image of ideal. So when we do that, there's an opportunity for us to engage in a deeper connection. That's a really cool part of self-awareness that we can skip sometimes, because when we talk about self-awareness, we think of it as a protection. We think of it as something that is used in a fight or flight situation. And it's not just that. Sometimes it's about having the sense to engage ourselves in a meaningful way that really gives us a way to exhibit our true thought and feeling. So with that being said, sometimes when we open up to these things, it can feel awkward at first, but then it becomes more rewarding as we practice it. The more we engage with it, the more connection we can feel with it, the more understanding that we give ourselves. And then that allows for us to branch into other areas as well. As we do these live sessions, this is going to be something I'm going to open up. This is just a test run today, but as we open it up, it's going to be, ready for availability for people to jump in, ask comments, questions, things of that nature, and kind of get some meaningful feedback. And also let me know some things. You can always reach out if you have questions or concerns or areas you want to have addressed. We can absolutely do it. There are going to be some people joining me in the future on these things to really open up discussion and awareness about different parts of mental health, journey, perspective, and, the things we can learn along the way, and that we can, help share with others to benefit each person's day. As this continues on, we continue going forward, we look forward to your input and your thoughts on things, and what are some ideas and ways that have been beneficial for you, or if you got some burning questions that you want to ask, feel free to ask, because this is about an information sharing and it's knowledge. It's about learning from each other's experience and gaining insight to be a better day tomorrow and the next day, and build from there. With sharing of information like this is this is to be supportive. This isn't to be some salesmanship thing or anything like that. It's just to be able to say, hey, I now have an opportunity to see an influence from a different perspective, and maybe that opens you up to learning more about yourself. And that's a great thing about taking that journey, is learning about what you have inside of you that can make your day better, can make you feel more compelled and connected to yourself. So then we don't get so stressed out by the day to day, going to work every day, trying to maintain a job, living through COVID, living through family, living through job loss, etc. We can keep going, and we can rack up all the problems and all the challenges, and then they feel like they're just something we can't face. But yet we have to find a way through. So having a conversation, having a support network of people that are open and engaging and giving you meaningful feedback and helping you along the way as you help them, that's where that authentic self really shines and really shows a sense of connection and ability, versus the ideal self is, oh, I got this, everything's fine. But on the inside, the bridge is burning and there's no way across. That's the kind of difference we have to experience, is the truth versus the ideal, the authentic versus that kind of glossy, perfect, everything is right and rosy sensation that we get from people sometimes. And it just doesn't resonate with you. Whereas when you have that authentic experience, you really connect with someone with depth and understanding, and it truly helps you feel more connected. As these things keep picking up, like I said, I appreciate your input and feedback, and I look forward to hearing from you more as we continue on. This is going to be on Facebook. It'll be on LinkedIn as well. And then also on YouTube. So wherever you want to follow it, it'll be available. There's some podcasts out there as well that you can absolutely, check out. They're online on your favorite platform or on YouTube for if you want the video version. But there'll be some more people getting interviewed lined up soon. And I look forward to continuing on with you and helping you along your way. And as always, feel free to reach out.